Well, Dr. James Hawley of Southeast Texas Medical Associates is joining us now to share a special holiday memory with us. Dr. Hawley, welcome. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and, of course, Happy New Year this weekend.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here. I came casual today, kind of looked like Glenn, and then Dana, I had a little tete-a-tete. I will mention briefly what this box of candy is. It's a 4-piece Godiva box of candy. My father was a very contented man, and there was nothing he didn't have that he wanted. And the only thing I could buy him when he was alive was a 4-pound box of Godiva chocolate a year. And so now when I go visit his grave, I carry this little box and put it on there on his gravesite. And about 2 weeks, a month, a little critter will come along and eat it. And we were going to share this, but Dana announced that I was going to be here, and a gentleman called in and ask a question, and it seems appropriate that being a live broadcast, we ought to tell this, answer this man's question. But first, I want to tell you, Dana had some lab work recently, and I want to tell you the results. Oh no, that would be a HIPAA violation.
Yeah, I don't think he wants that.
The question was, what can he do for elevated potassium? Potassium is a substance that's found in very small amounts in the blood. It's in very high amounts inside the cell, and it's important that balance be maintained. And as a result, there are many foods that have high potassium, most fruits, bananas, and so on, so avoid those foods, and we can give you more of that if you want to call us or send us an email. Secondly, there are medications, particularly high blood pressure medications, that can cause potassium to go up. It can go up in kidney disease and in other conditions, and those need to be treated aggressively and well. So if he wants more information, he can contact me on my website at jhawleysetman.com or give me a call. My home phone number is listed in the phone book. I know I probably shouldn't say that on air, but and we'd be glad to help him get the answer to his question. And I think our time is up, so Happy New Year.
We still have a couple of minutes left. So actually, we'd like to go back and talk a little bit more about your father.
Good, thank you.
So you have these Godiva chocolates. What were his favorite types of chocolates?
Well, he loved dark chocolate. But the key for my dad was that, you know, he died when I was 61 years, 11 months, and 5 days old. I'd had him my whole life. I really wondered if, when I woke up the next day, would I wake up, because I never knew life without him. He's interned about 3 hours from here, and I visit his grave often. And the first time I did was 5 days after his death. And having given him a box of Godiva chocolate, I found a mall that had a Godiva chocolate store and bought a little box like this and put it on the gravesite. My brother, who lives nearby and goes much more often because he lives a mile, I live 3 hours, he said, I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Until a month later, he went by and a little critter had eaten it. And he said, I wept, and I realized what a beautiful picture this. And I say this simply because this. In the new year, in 2012, one of the healthiest things we can do is develop memories where we have connections. You know, I understand my dad's not going to eat this candy. I understand he is not there. His body, his mortal remains are there. But it's a point of connection, a point of intimacy between the two of us that lets me enjoy him and his memory. And as we go through 2012, we need to do that. We need to remember things. There's a wonderful song that was composed about 60 years ago called You and Me Against the World. And it's a mother singing to her little girl. And she finally says, and when one of us must go on alone, the memories will have to carry us along as we continue along the road of life. It's a wonderful melancholy song, but it talks about the intimacy between a child and a parent. And we each, as we're going to lose our parents forever, and our children are going to lose us at some point, hopefully not soon, but at some point. And it's those points of intimacy. My son's really good at that. And I just wanted to encourage people, get your health care, get your blood pressure under control, get your diabetes well treated, get your but continue to be a human being. We are really people. And to create memories intentionally, willfully, not accidentally, and repeatedly do things that are going to be significant. So when we do have to go on alone, we'll have those memories.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Hawley. I really appreciate you sharing those memories with us.
Thank you.